Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel and thank you so much for subscribing. So I've been doing a series of interviews with different women around the area where I live, and one thing that stands out for me and something that I really paid attention to, it's the amount of pain and hurt that these women have gone through. And it made me wonder, about myself, that how come I've always been a person who has never been afraid to acknowledge and appreciate that I have failed, and look, it's time to restart, it's time to try again. And some of the things that I really thought about was that society puts so much pressure on people when they go through stuff that they find it difficult to speak of their failures. They find it difficult to speak of their shame. But at the same time, then I see that it's up to a person to really say that, I've tried, I've failed, and let me try again. And I find that when you speak of your pain, when you speak of your hurt, you get this sense of freedom, you get liberated in your mind, and it's very difficult for people to attach any kind of shame to you. So we tend to make it hard for people to really speak about their head, speak about their pain, because we stigmatize them, we judge them, we act like we don't go through stuff, and then it becomes hard for them to acknowledge and appreciate their shame. But I want to say that when you speak of your pain, when you speak of your hurt, you're free. There is no amount of hatred, there is no person on earth who can have a hold over you when you have owned up to your shame. If you fail, acknowledge that I have failed and start rebuilding your life. If you are hurt, acknowledge that you are hurt and pick up the pieces and move on, because no one will do it for you. People are there to watch you fall and they laugh, but they don't help you out. No one will help you get back up but you. So you need to understand that when you hide your pain, and by nature we do that because we are human beings, but when you hide your pain, you deprive yourself of freedom. I know, because I've always been a person who has said, I'm hurt, and because I'm hurt, let me deal with my hurt, but let me work on rebuilding my life. And by doing that, no one has power over me. No one has a hold on me, because it's my hurt, it's my pain, it's my shame. As I see Sherry, So the sooner you realize that your path is your path, your shame is your shame, and when you acknowledge your shame, you give yourself freedom. You get liberated from all kinds of, holds that are going on around you. And you need to understand as well that no one owes you anything on earth. So you need to work on yourself, work on rebuilding your life, work on improving yourself. But do not hide your shame, do not hide your pain, because it's what's gonna set you free in the future. So in a nutshell, let's not be people who are afraid to acknowledge our hurt and our pain, because no one is immune to pain, no one is immune to hurt, no one is immune to shame. But if you hide it, you will be putting yourself in a cage where you will not even be able to move, because you're afraid of what people will say, you're afraid of what people will think of you. And that's the system that has been created, that when you are ashamed, stay in a box, stay in a cage, so that people cannot judge you. And you'll see, you won't move, you won't do anything, you'll be hurt, you'll be crying every day, you'll be wallowing, you'll be doing all these kind of things that do not even guarantee you freedom. So be aware that when you go through stuff, when you go through pain, it's not meant to break you, but to build you. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that you will understand that shame is not there to break you, but shame, pain, hurt liberates you. But just as I wrap, please understand that if you hide your shame, if you hide your pain, you won't be able to enjoy the freedom, that comes with the voice that you give yourself when you acknowledge and you appreciate that you are in pain, you are going through hardships. So use that power, use that voice to liberate yourself. Then you'll be able to liberate all the other people around you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have learned. I hope that you have been impacted, and I hope that you will begin to speak up and not hide your shame and your hate. Thank you so much.